Good morning. In honor of Parkinson's Awareness Month, I am going to talk about how I got diagnosed with Parkinson's. And I'm going to do this video without a filter. Scary. So, just out of transparency. In 2021, in the beginning of 2021, I was having a lot of problems sleeping. And I would wake up in the morning like very abruptly, feeling very conscious of my heartbeat. Like I could hear my heart pounding in my head. And I thought, that's a really weird feeling. Around that same time, when I would wake up, my right arm would be numb, and sometimes I started waking up in the night feeling that my arm was numb. It would go away, but that was probably the first time I felt like my body was really saying, whoa, something is not right. And it was every single morning when I woke up. Not that long after that, I developed what I had talked about in another video, which is the kind of pulsating of a vein in my hand, which eventually became my tremor. Once I had that visible sign, I decided to go ahead and get a primary care physician because I didn't have one at the time. So I went to an internal medicine specialist. He seemed to think it was either an essential tremor or really just something having to do with anxiety or a pinched nerve. So he ordered a CT of my shoulder because I also have tension and pain in my right shoulder, and sent me to physical therapy. When I went to physical therapy, exercise triggered my tremor even more. And they did something called dry needling, where they place kind of like a long acupuncture needle in your muscle, which releases it. And that didn't help it. It was actually really uncomfortable. So PT released me back to my primary care physician. When I went back to see him, I had already decided that I wanted a referral to a neurologist. He gave me a referral to a neurologist. When I saw that neurologist, she didn't do what I now know and had had before with my primary care, like a neurology exam. She just asked me to walk, and I walked up and down a hallway. And when she came back, she said basically she thought I had Parkinson's. Unfortunately, at that time, I just wasn't really mentally prepared to process that. She did order a DAT scan. I still, to this day, have not had a DAT scan. I never got it done. I ended up finding another neurologist who thought it was MS, and I went down that road for a while. And eventually, I referred myself to the Mayo Clinic in Scottsdale. And when I went there, I saw 3 neurologists, 2 specialists in MS, and they said they didn't think it was MS. They thought it was Parkinson's. And then a third one who was a movement disorder specialist. And he's the one that diagnosed me with Parkinson's. I hope this story helps.